Here's a little tip. If you're going to buy something and it has a name on it, look it up first to see if it's appropriate. Hello, I'm Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going thrifting 2 different places, and we're kind of looking for Valentine's Day decor. Kind of, because it is what I consider a smaller holiday, but I do like to incorporate some unusual items that maybe have just like a little nod to the day. I also am always looking for versatile items that don't cost a lot and are really not your typical decor, hopefully with a lot of history as well. This is my local Savers in Illinois, and I always start off in the little decor section in the artwork. And I'm just looking for something. I don't even really have an actual list of items except for one item that I'm really hoping to find. I debated on this item because I thought of it for my head planter to use it as a crown, but I usually like to plant it so that wouldn't leave any room. Wall pockets I think are always a good idea. I love any kind of container that you can hang on the wall or just hang period, because you always run out of space to put it. And I did debate on these. These are actually very well made. I would probably paint them another color. It's a possibility, something like these, to kind of illuminate a wall. And they don't specifically say Valentine's Day like this item. I probably wouldn't get as much use, because just to have a heart item on the wall just for heart item's sake is not necessarily something that I would do. We are going to 2 places today, and I am kind of hoping for non-traditional colors. I'm hoping for some black and white actually for backdrops. Like this item right here. They're not my favorite colors, and I don't particularly need anything like that just to say, hey, it's a Valentine's Day decor. Something like this is kind of fun though, because it also says laboratory. You could hang it, and it's also really versatile any time of year. And I always do look at the end caps, and that's where they put all of the seasonal holiday decor for that particular holiday coming up. I do kind of glance over it because you can occasionally find something super cute or unusual. Who doesn't love Sally chasing Linus? Now we're off to place number 2, my local antique mall, and it was a special day. It was their 19th anniversary, so everything was 19% off the entire place, and they had treats and food everywhere. It was so cute. First category I always look for are items in neutral colors, and even displays in neutral colors to give me lots of ideas for my own home. I like to think outside the box, so taking a traditional item like candy for Valentine's Day and instead displaying a really old cookbook. A lot of these vendors had these old candy molds, which I think are fun, so versatile, so many ideas to do with them, and even really cool old printing blocks. Off to the more traditional colors of red, white, and pink. Even items like this can just give you some inspiration of something that you can do yourself with some extra fabric and just save a lot of money. Now, books like this, however, I was not prepared to spend really a whole lot of money at all today. So, but this would be something that I would definitely look at. 1894 books with just beautiful covers and spines, and just look at the writing and the inside, just beautifully written. There are just so many ideas with old items that you maybe recall from your childhood or that you've never seen before. And yes, it's even possible to leave up some of your Christmas decor because it transitions very nicely to Valentine's Day. At least I think so. Now, who remembers this growing up? I certainly do. Collections that are fun are old vintage tins, especially with cool advertising and of course colors of the season. I could have pretty much gotten everything that day. Like, these little bud vases were adorable, as was this little dish. For those of you who did see my antiquing for winter, I did go back and get her. She was still there, so now she's mine. These marshmallow tins, if you ever see them, scoop them up because they go for big bucks. But such unique items and really cool displays to give you so many ideas. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I usually don't toot my own horn. However, I took so many more pictures than I did of video. So a lot of the really unique items, I just wound up taking pictures. I think I was just in an overload. So definitely check out my Instagram. First, our Savers haul. I did get this. I thought this was so sweet. It's calligraphy, and it's actually the original calligraphy, and it has got the sweetest. It was $4, and it has the artist's little testimony on the back, why he does the Bible verses that he does. But this is a good reminder, I think, year round. I do like the color green. It does go with, especially, I think I'm gonna put it by my Valentine's Day tree. My husband's just thrilled that it's still up. He calls it the Christmas tree, but it's not. It's my Valentine's Day tree. And I do keep pink and like mint green ornaments, so I think this is gonna go very nicely. This second one, the color I noticed right off the bat, and that is, oh geez, I gotta tape that down. This print here, the Victorians, and I love architecture, I love Victorian houses, and I love little sketches. And there's just something really sweet about Victorian anything for Valentine's Day. Plus, this picture had the location in San Francisco for all of the houses that are depicted on the front. This next one definitely needs a bath in a major way. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put it. I may keep it here as a specific for like a backdrop for my Valentine's Day, like ode to Valentine's Day desk back here. It's the dog print. I initially did not get it. I said, why do I need a dog print? It's not like a dog that we have, a particular breed that I've always wanted or anything, but it just, I think it's just really the coolest piece of art. And it's got such the perfect old coloring, black and white, but with that kind of sepia color. And then from 1937, which it says on the back, England, sign me up anytime, or 1938, whichever it is. I just thought it was really the neatest piece of history. This next item I've always wanted for my front door. Never gotten, always wanted. I know, you might think it's tacky. Maybe everybody has this already. I don't know, I've always wanted. I would prefer to have it larger since it's for the front door, but I have an idea how I can use it. But I thought it was just really pretty. It's got that bright pink red, so like not a hot pink and not a red, but now I finally have one. And it was something like $1.50, less 20%. So there you go. I did get a couple last items at Savers. This one's a classic, a coaster set. I love coasters, and it's got a nice brass handle. I do get to add my own little knobs because somebody donated it without the knobs, which I thought was hilarious. And the other item you will see at the end when my desk is all set up. Kicking off the antique store haul would be a couple of red painted wooden hearts for my heart ornament collection. A little glass urn, so adorable. I just thought it was super sweet, and I could picture it on my Valentine's desk. Now, these also were not a super duper price. It wasn't like a super steal, but $2 each, less the sale. I got 3 of them, little candy molds. These could serve many different applications. You could make little DIY things. You can make an ornament with them. You can make a little vignette, like a little scene in there. You could use them for, how I'm using them for, paper clips to kind of corral stuff on your desk. And then in that same little roundy guy, I did dig around and I could not believe, because of course I'm going to try and spell something. Old wood printing blocks. So neat. And I found an I. And I found, well, it's actually an N, but I'm going to use it as a W. See, I love you. Isn't that cute? And then you just do a heart. So you can, well, I'm going to use these for regular and ink pad stamper, just, you know, as you do for regular stamps. But I also have some other ways to use them for, like, with glitter glue. I'm just going to use glitter glue, outline it, stamp it. There you go. One white to pink, gold, sparkly Cecil tree. I don't believe I have this color, so now I do. All right, now for what I consider some of the older ones. I don't know, some I don't even know when these were made. They're not dated. Well, these might have. I did get the 3 of the little tiny books. I do have my typewriter pencil sharpener, so that could be really fun. This is the book that I wish I would have, I just wish I would have looked it up. The House of Seven Gables by Hawthorne. It sounds, it even has a nice little kind of crest on the front. It sounds like a nice little British story. No, it's about some sort of haunted house or something. So no, not really going with my theme. And then for my last 2 items, which I'm so excited for because somebody took a lot of time making these, and I think they are so unique and so stinking cute. It looks like something that my grandmother would have made. Are you ready? These little Valentines, and I'm probably going to keep them in the plastic sleeves just to protect them because they are very fragile. And these were only $2 a piece. Here's the other one. Oh, how cute. Look at that. It even looks like my grandmother's handwriting. They had it, you know how they cut it? How they put little notches in? That's how they kind of book bound it. That's just so cute. They use like marker or probably watercolored. Here's the inside of this one. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, I recommend that you do, because there are so many other things that I just took pictures of. I didn't take video of. I just took pictures because they made it such a beautiful picture that will give you a lot of, I think it's just going to give you tons of inspiration and tons of ideas how to display things or what to look for, if things go together in surprisingly different ways, especially for holidays that you would think, you know, maybe you're like me and historically I've only thought of red and white for Valentine's Day, or light pink or bright pink, whatever, but there's so many other different options that make it look just make it fit into your decor, all the colors that you have already in your house, or maybe somebody, your spouse, if your husband is not really keen on a lot of red or pink, this will give you some other ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.